But guys, welcome to the live stream. I'm so glad that you're here. It's still February. Love is still in the air. I hope everyone had a really nice Valentine's Day. And today we're talking about how to sell more romance travel in your business. So if you want to learn how to incorporate romance travel in either a cross-sell or upsell process, my top 3 tips to add more romance travel to your systems all year long. And if you want to learn how to make selling, upselling, and cross-selling a little less cringy, because I know some of you guys have feelings about it, then hang out. That's what we're doing on the show today.
Come take my hand, I will walk with you. I won't let go till you say so. There isn't anything I wouldn't do. Wanna make sure that you understand. You're the one who gives my life color.
All right, Debbie. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Debbie's pointing out on the live stream. For me, it's Tuesday. I'm obviously not in work mode yet for Wednesday. But guys, thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell over on YouTube. We have some exclusive content we've been pushing out over on YouTube that you might not know about if you're watching the live stream in Facebook or Instagram or wherever you're seeing the show, but make sure you're subscribed over there. We give you tips, training on how to grow your travel business, and lots of goodies over there, and I don't want you to miss a thing. By the way, if you're new here, I would love for you to type a little "I'm new" so I can welcome you to our community. If you don't know, because you're new, my name is Cyndi Williams. I normally know what day it is, and normally we don't have 2 of me on the screen. Most importantly, I've been in the travel industry nearly 30 years. I own and operate my own award-winning, nationally recognized travel agency, but I'm best known for being the CEO of Careers on Vacation, which helps people just like you learn how to launch, grow, and supersize your travel businesses. And today we are talking about how to sell more romance travel in your business. So I want to start with a question for you guys. And I see lots of you are on the live stream today, which is great. I know that we're in the midst of busy season right now, so thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the show and get these tips. You'll be able to incorporate some of these if you have time marketing-wise before busy season ends, so it should be some good stuff. But in the feed, whether you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, I want you to answer this question for me. Do you have a cross-sell or upsell process and or system in your travel business operations today? Do you have a system, like an automated system or a process, or maybe you're doing it more manually and you're just starting out, but you do make some type of effort to cross or upsell? I just want to know where you guys are gauge-wise on that so I can kind of see and we can kind of cater the training and as we build out more content. But I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, right? Everybody has feelings about cross-sells or upsells. We've all been cross-sold to, we've all been upsold to, and sometimes it can feel kind of gross, right? Your goal is not for it to feel gross or cringy or pushy. That is not my approach with anything that I do. And if you're doing it properly in your business, it will actually become one of the favorite things that your clients rely on you for, believe it or not. And I'm going to explain how in this live stream today. But I know that's kind of one of the misconceptions. Another misconception is my client doesn't want that, right? I don't think my client would want that. You are making decisions for your client before you even talk to them and making an assumption that may or may not be true. And depending on how well you know your client, the rapport that you've established, how many years you've worked with them, you could be right or you could be wrong about that. But there's some processes that you can have in place where you can gauge and get a better and clearer idea of where your clients stand. The other misconception or the other mistake that I see agents do is they wait for the business to come to them. If they want a butler suite, they'll let me know. Maybe they don't even know there's a butler suite option available. Or if they want to take a vacation, they'll reach out. And that's a big misconception, right? Because one of those things that we all know as buyers, how many times, maybe this happened to you this week, it's happened to me. I'm shopping on the internet, right, in the evening, and something will pop up and I'll go, oh, I forgot that I wanted that. Let me go back and get that comforter set from Pottery Barn. I wasn't even thinking about it. It was totally off of my radar. It's something I looked at months ago. But because Pottery Barn has a system, has a process, that pop-up ad popped up in my in my world, right, online, and I made a buying decision because their marketing is good. They know what I'm potentially interested in, and their ads are following me around. That is a system. It wasn't pushy. It was like, hey, Cyndi, don't forget you liked this thing on our website, right? That's what I'm talking about when it's systems and processes and how you can do it in a way that doesn't feel pushy. So don't wait for the business to come to you. You don't know if they need a vacation, right? People right now are so stressed out. They're so busy. Life is moving at super fast pace. And sometimes it's just taking a moment to go, hey, there's this thing I thought about you guys, right? Oh, yes, we need a weekend away. Let's make time for that. They're going to make a buying decision. You can prompt a buying decision is what I'm getting at, okay? Another misconception, I kind of touched on that one, is I don't want to be pushy. I feel like I'm being pushy or I'm overselling, right? And there are ways that you can be pushy or oversell if you're not doing it in what I call a consultative approach, and I'm going to dive into that a little bit further here in a second, because what I really want to do is understand my clients and match them and introduce them to solutions that can solve their problems, i.e. they're stressed out and don't realize they need a vacation. In comes hero Cyndi to save the day, and hey, we have these cool things. Was thinking about you guys. Are these potentially a match? That's not pushy at all. I was thinking about you. I thought you might need a vacation. Oh my gosh, Cyndi's amazing. I'm a hero in that scenario, right? So here's why you guys should incorporate cross-sells and upsells in your ongoing marketing strategy. By the way, if you have questions as we go through this live stream, because we're going to get deep into the content here in a second, put your questions in. I'm going to go at the end of the live stream and I will answer any of your questions. And if you're super, super new here, I want to tell you about our free masterclass. If you're like, what is a system? What is a process? What is marketing? I just became a travel agent last week. Or you're thinking about it, go get our masterclass. It's a free class, cruiseonvacation.com/masterclass, and that will really help you get into the flow of understanding what it takes in the industry, things that you should be doing, and your foundational pieces. All right, but let me talk to you, get back to the content, what you should be doing, why you should implement a cross-sell and upsell strategy, which we're talking about romance travel. So yes, you might theme it out in February, and that's part of your regular marketing plan, but really romance travel should be part of a cross-sell initiative all year long. So number one, clients are really expecting you to make recommendations. If you have a real rapport with your clients, if you are what I call a rock star agent, you understand who your clients are, what their buying patterns are, what their family lifestyle is like. Do they have kids? Do they not have kids? If I have empty nesters, I have them bucketed in a marketing system in my back end systems, so I know that can sell them romance all year long because they can drop at a moment's notice. They can go off to New Orleans. They can go off to France if they want to in the fall when prices are amazing, right? Because they don't have kids. So knowing your clients, right? If you start the process of giving them offerings or just sharing offerings, then they start to expect that you're going to make recommendations, and it actually makes you a top level professional versus someone I call when I might need a vacation, right? Skilled travel agents really understand their role at a higher level. You are kind of like a consultant, right? We used to use the term travel consultants from that perspective. You know your clients and you're using a more consultative approach in your sales process. In Careers on Vacation program, we teach you how to do consultative sales, which is not pushy at all. It's understanding your clients at a deeper level, and then it becomes matching them with the perfect vacation, and the sales process just flows so much easier because it's not like, let me give you these things I thought you would like, and I didn't ask questions, and I didn't qualify you, and I didn't really understand what you wanted. And that's where sales can go wrong. This is not a live stream about sales today because I can go all day long about sales and marketing. But I just want to point out that those really skilled travel agents understand their role and why they bring so much value to the lives of their clients and why their clients book with them for every vacation, year after year after year. That is the difference in understanding your role at a higher level. The other thing that I touched on earlier is people are busy, you guys. Like, you look at vacations every single day because it's your job, right? Like, we're in the system, we're looking at vacations, we're looking at all of the things, and we think, everybody's looking at the same stuff we are. It's easy to get in that pattern of like, well, I know this is happening. Why doesn't the rest of the world? Well, no, like it's your job. You're in all of these back-end systems. You're working with suppliers. You're booking vacations for other clients. You have to remember the average client right now is either working or like me. If I wasn't in the travel industry, I have 3 kids. I'm running 3 different directions every single day. One's got musical, one's got football, the other one's got choir, all the things happening. It's like, wow. So you get to show up as the hero, right? And say, hey, Cyndi, I know you're so busy. You're in the midst of school season. I was thinking about you and your husband, Baye, and there's some great weekend packages within a couple hours of Austin. If you guys are looking for a weekend away, you know how happy I would be even right now if someone sent me that email, right? And said, look at this well-crafted, beautiful, cool weekend away. That could really prompt me to make a buying decision. And also, I'm thinking, how amazing was it that Cyndi thought about my family, that she, sent this additional email. And a lot of times people don't even know, like in our case, we have 50, 60,000 people in our database. So we're sending a well-crafted email to bucketed people, right? Because we have systems and processes and automations. That email that's well-crafted, that feels really personal, might go out to 10, 15,000 people. Do you think we're going to convert some vacations? Of course we are, right? So, but the reason we're able to do that in a massive process and in a system is because we've already done the rapport building with our clients that book with us. We already know who they are. We know a little bit of data about their families, and we can plug that in behind the scenes. But the only point I want to get across to you guys is understand that you can think about your clients instead of waiting for them to come to you, right? That's a proactive sales process. So the other thing is too, like with your current clients that know, like, and trust you, clients that are already established in your system, I think ASTA did like a few years ago, before COVID, they did a big study, and they said, if you know your clients, they convert 6 to 7 times faster than a cold lead who doesn't know you. It's kind of like, do you want to fish in the ocean or do you want to fish in a barrel? You're going to catch way more fish in a barrel because it's in that condensed environment, right? So that's why cross-sells and upsells work so beautifully, because you're already working with clients that know, like, and trust you. All right. The other thing is they're going to appreciate and expect recommendations. They're going to, once you start doing this process, then you'll find out they start reaching out more too. Like if you get busy and you skip a few months, and then they'll start reaching out and go, do you know anything special in this area? Because they know that you are in the know on things. Even if they didn't book on the first 5 times that you send them an upsell or cross-sell, they're going to get into a pattern of understanding, wow, Cyndi really knows what's going on. She always finds these cool things. There's always something that she's sending us. So when they are ready to do that, you'll find that they reach out more instead of going, do I want to spend 5 hours on the internet trying to piece something together? So guys, all this to say, because I'm going to get to the top 3 tips here in just a second. I really wanted to establish the core of why you should be implementing cross-sells and upsells in your process. If you do this properly, you're going to have happier clients. You're going to have more profits. It's a win-win. This is a total win-win if you execute it properly. So there's no reason that you shouldn't be doing this. So I just want to set the foundation with that. Now, what are my top 3 tips to really implement this in a flawless way? Which, by the way, we have a free tool. It's not going to be free for much longer. If you guys haven't already snagged this, I've talked about it in past live streams. This is our marketing blueprint. So check out that link. I'll put that in the link down below for you guys too over on YouTube when this airs later. But this is a great tool. I just was like, so many of you that watch these live streams are like, Cyndi, I don't know anything about marketing today. So I wanted to at least give you like a really standard like framework. So grab that, just fill it out, and then we'll email it to you. It's totally free. But because the first step is you got to have a marketing plan, right? But now let me get into the top 3 tips. The number 1 might be so obvious, but I bet like 85% of you guys aren't doing this. You already have data on clients that you have booked trips for. Sometimes maybe they didn't get all the way to booking, but you still have this data. You have people's birthdays, and if you ask, you have their anniversaries a lot of times, right? you already know, like, oh, the wife's birthday is coming up, the husband's birthday is coming up, or I know if you know their anniversary. That's something in your client intake process, if you're not already doing, you can add that in there, so it's just another data point, so you could later put in a system or process to go, hey, a month before their anniversary, generate out an email, right? How cool would that be? Like, are you going anywhere for your anniversary? Prompt a buying decision, right? Or maybe 2 months before their anniversary, depending on how big of a trip you want to sell. But you guys already have that data. You don't have to even ask for anything 9 times out of 10. So think about using that data point. That's tip number 1. Number 2, if you have not already heard, if you're under a rock somewhere and you haven't already heard about Wanderlust-Social, you guys got to check this out. There's an amazing romance bundle that we've created over there, and a lot of people are using it out in the world in more ways than I ever expected. It looks so cool. So you can actually, what I want to get to my point across is market for the season. Right now it's February, so everybody's doing romance. They're all, at least most people are implementing that into their marketing plan. But you also could, isn't there like something called Sweetheart Day? And then also you could just do like romance packages that are all inclusives that you could spotlight once in a while. But grab the romance bundle over on Wanderlust-Social. It's literally done for you. It has everything from packing lists to the beautiful creatives to the hashtags to the captions that are written for you. And it even has pre-made emails, right, that you can leverage those all year long. So that's a great pickup. But remember, number 2, market for the season. That will help elevate your marketing game and carry that marketing through all year long, especially if you are, a lot of you guys are like Fun and Sun, or you specialize in all-inclusive. Some of you guys specialize in weddings. Like, romance is your jam, right? Like, you need to think about how to incorporate that on an ongoing basis in your business. And even just an occasional, I thought you guys might enjoy this vacation type romance style email, right? That you send out to that base. You could send that in any month. You could send it in July. You could send it in October. It doesn't matter. But just the theming around it being romance, if that makes sense. All right, number 3. This is a big one, and this is where most of you that are new, or if you haven't been through our Careers on Vacation program, it's a big gap in our industry, so don't feel bad if you're not doing this. When I worked with other companies, and I've been very fortunate, I've worked for some of the biggest travel brands in the world. I ran my own small business for 10 years alongside of my travel agency, and marketing like a real business is not, a lot of at-home travel agents don't know how to do that. A lot of you aren't doing that. So having things like systems and processes, it's not a common, like, people don't understand how that transforms your business in a big way. So, but that is number 3. Make sure you are marketing, that you have marketing systems and your systems are automated. That's so important. Can't know 60,000 people anymore, right? Like, there's a study that was done that said basically you can know like 300 people personally, and beyond that, it just becomes like your brain can't connect, right? It's really hard to know beyond 300 people and keep them in the forefront of your mind. So if you have a database of thousands and thousands of people, you can't remember the kids' names anymore. You can't remember their anniversary. Like, some of you might take some of these tips and go, oh, I'm going to write this down and I'm going to manually send them an email. That works when you're like small, or you're doing it as a super hobby and you know every client by name. But as soon as you start scaling your business and getting bigger and more serious about your travel business, you have to have systems and processes in place. You have a few hundred people now in your database. Then you have a few thousand. Then you have more and more and more, and it becomes really hard to maintain. The only way that you can do that and keep your brain sane is to have systems, processes, and automation in place. Now, the beautiful thing is, if you take the time to learn it, to implement it, to do it, it will absolutely transform your business. It's a numbers game. So like I said earlier, if I just send out an email and I send it to like 12,000 people, a percentage of them are going to convert into vacations. I know that because we have data on it, right? But if you're just letting your database sit there and it's getting cold and it's, it's all dusty, it's like, it's waste. It's like you're sitting on a gold mine. I guarantee you're just throwing money away. You're leaving so much money on the table if you don't have systems and processes in place. So, I think I went through, let me just double check I'm going to make sure I got all my training notes today. Ask yourself what your marketing plan is. Do you have systems and automations in place? And yes, I talked about leaving money on the table. Good, 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 good. So guys, I'm going to go over to questions here in just a second, but I also, before I do that, I want to share with you guys, first of all, wherever you are in your journey, get some of these implemented into your business and watch what it does. And if you are really, really serious about taking your business from hobby level to supersize this year, and you want to learn, how do I craft these promotions? How do I get them out in the world? How do I get real systems and processes in place? How do I build a real marketing plan that will convert for me again and again and again and really change the game with how fast you can scale and grow? Then I'm going to encourage you to check out Careers on Vacation, guys. This is my 12-week mastermind. We have hundreds of 5-star reviews at this point. We have over 170 plus case studies that we've collected of people that have been through the program, learned our processes and systems, and have absolutely used them to grow and scale their businesses. And the big secret sauce to working with us versus anyone else out there in the industry is you get to work with real people. You get to work with my same team that grew my business from 6 figures a year to multiple 7 figures a year, right? So you get to work with those same people. It's not just a do the program and then go out and do it. It's a earning while learning program. We just had a great case study yesterday that came out. Katie Jameson, I think she's still on my Instagram. You can go watch her video. She sold 8 vacations, having never done this before, 8 vacations before she graduated the program. So from zero to superhero, right? Not knowing anything, learning, getting the things in place, and boom, getting all that up and running. So really transformational. And for those of you who are experienced and you've built a little database, maybe you have a couple thousand people in your database, maybe you have a couple hundred, but you're like, I don't know what to do with this now. You're ready for the next thing. Like, you need to be marketing at the next level. So consider that for sure. All right, let me go over here and see what questions you guys have in the live stream. Oh my gosh, I have so many hellos. Hey Jen, hey Debbie, hey Elaine, hey Lindsay. So many of my grads and clients in here. I love it, I love it, I love it. Carrie says, good morning from Chile, Montana. Carrie, I had 22 degrees. Yeah, that, I have to tell you, in Austin, it was 85 degrees yesterday. We were wearing shorts, and this morning we woke up and our pool equipment was on. I'm like, why is our pool equipment running? It was 35 degrees. Like, I don't know what's going on in Texas right now, but it's like super cold, super hot, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. All my kids have colds, and I'm like, no hugs for you. Stay away. I love it. Carrie says, sometimes it's like pulling teeth to get new clients to give you any information on what they want, even when you tell them it might be helpful in planning. Yeah, Carrie, so good suggestion there. And one of the things that really helps is set the expectation with your clients that we're really excited that you've selected us to be the agency that you'll be working with, and we're really excited to book your vacations for years to come. That's like one of the things in our talk tracks in our Careers on Vacation program, and set the stage for what we do to really make sure all of our clients get top-notch service. Is we ask a few questions one time, and then you never have to tell us again. Things like your frequent flyer numbers, things like your birthday, your anniversary, all of that information, and setting them up in more of a formal way. And guess what? They don't want to give all the information to someone else. They want to go through that process again. But once they do it that first time, yes, then it's a beautiful process. And if you can automate that, that's even better. So you can literally just send a link and have them fill it out. Cyndi Wessa says, I'm getting so many random inquiries. Seems many clients have no idea what they will be willing to actually book. Currently quoting a lot. So I'm putting together some full package cruises, all-inclusive and river cruise options with pre-scheduled dates to sell my clients. So yeah, Cyndi, couple of things on that. The first is I'd have to look at your qualification process, but if you're getting a lot of random inquiries, and a lot of times the big mistake, I don't know if you're doing this, Cyndi, but what people will do is they'll work with people through text or through DM. And when you do that, you are just a computer screen to people. You're not a real person. So making sure you're setting up a real consult, making sure that you're asking the right questions to understand what is your budget, what would you really like to do on this vacation, and also you have to get really good at telling people what to expect from working with you, right? So after we go through our qualification process, then we'll say, great, I'm so excited to help you with your vacation to Maui. That's so exciting. I've been multiple times, and there's so many great tips that we're going to incorporate in. I know some great tours for you. See how I'm building value, building value. Then at the end, I say, Cyndi, let me share with you what it means to work with our agency and what you can expect from me and how I work, right? Have that conversation. Here's how I work. And part of that is making sure they're giving you good information. And if they want to change focus or change gears, great. Putting prepackaged stuff together is a good thought. It's tough though, because you can't make people buy something they don't want. If you market in a certain way where you're filling it, or if you have, maybe Cyndi, you have a database. If you have a database and you have a following and you have an engaged tribe, if you will, yes, you can do preset stuff all the time and sell it, right? Like we have our Gold Digger conferences. I haven't even told you guys, the public, about it yet, and we only have 7 spots left, right? So it's because I just send it to my grads and my emails. I send it out in email first. And so I don't even have to market some of those things that we prepackage and we pre-build. But if you don't have a database, it gets really hard, because then you're spinning your wheels trying to market. Are people going to buy something that you've put together prepackaged? Maybe, maybe not. And if you're prepackaging something, there might be a minimum from a group perspective that you have to hit or maintain. And if you can't hit it, then what's going to happen? So just think about those things. I don't know you personally, Cyndi, so I'm just giving you a couple of tips. That's how I would coach you if you were a client of mine. Jen says, good afternoon. How is the Disney house coming along? Oh, Jen, thanks for asking about the Disney house. Over on my Instagram right now, I need you guys' help. If you don't follow us on Instagram, go check that out at Wanderlust CEO. But I literally have should I do this color chair or this color chair? Should I do this dining room chair? This is what I did when we built out the office here at Chris on Vacation. You guys didn't even really know what I was doing, but I was like, which of these do you like better? You guys helped me make so many decisions by my polls on Instagram. So yeah, it's coming along good, Jen. I'm actually going to be there in a couple weeks. The hardest thing has been furniture delivery everywhere is crazy. We have our house in Austin here, and I'm at the Cruise on Vacation offices here. But stuff is slow here in Austin too. But Orlando is the same thing. People are moving at a pace of hundreds of people a day are moving to Austin and Orlando, and so we're just having a really tough time sourcing good furniture. So that's my hardest thing right now. But honestly, I don't mind it, because when I go, it just feels like a big open space, and it's just everything's clean and it's easy, and the kids' toys aren't everywhere. So I'm kind of enjoying that part of it. But we did have to rent really weird furniture, which does not look good. So I'm working on that. But I will keep you guys posted for sure. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the live stream today. Keep those questions coming in. I will check the feed later today to see if you guys have more questions. And don't forget to subscribe, ring that notification bell over on YouTube. And guys, I don't know if you saw the announcement. Thank you so much. We actually hit over 20,000 on YouTube. You guys have made us the #1 channel on YouTube for travel agent education and travel agent advice in general. And we're so honored. We're going to keep bringing you all of that great content over there too. So guys, I will see you on the next one. Have a great week. Bye guys.
It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow.
Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
It's calling me.